26. Consumer Reports, the company that has been called out many times with allegedly a heavy bias against Tesla. This same company is saying that the Tesla Model Y is the best electric vehicle for 2026. We'll take it. And now let's take a look at this story where FSD saved someone's father's life during a massive heart attack. And source said this is probably the most incredible example yet of FSD saving a life, and the amazing software that Tesla has developed that enabled Jack to remotely help his dad's Model Y navigate to the hospital on FSD. This is directly related to us Tesla Slack investors, not just from a point of view of oh, FSD works here. If FSD worked, then it really mattered, and it didn't crash, it just worked. And this is supposedly just a regular person, not a Tesla employee, nothing like that. So I want to know all of the details about this. On November 15th, 2025, my father left Atlanta heading to Birmingham on I-20 west to help care for my grandmother. He had just received the FSD v14.1.3 update on his 2026 Model Y launch edition, and it turns out this was the perfect version for this drive. Around 3:50 a.m. my phone rang. It was my dad. He was experiencing severe chest pain, could barely stay conscious, and could no longer safely control the vehicle. But FSD was engaged and still driving. I immediately conferenced in my grandfather, and we had seconds to make a decision. My grandfather contacted my uncle in Douglasville, who told us about Tanner Medical Center in Carrollton, not far from my dad's location on I-20 highway. I immediately pulled it up on Google Maps and shared the destination to his Tesla through the app. And pay attention, if you don't have a Tesla, and even if you do have a Tesla, you might not even know that this function exists, but I occasionally use it and it's wonderful. Pay attention. As an authorized driver on his account, I was able to remotely change his Juniper's FSD navigation all from my 2014 Model S, Open Pilot equipped. Of course, I already was headed toward him. So remotely he was able to change the destination, and because the car was already on FSD, it just kept driving is what I assume happened. What happened next still gives me chills. His Model Y had just passed the Carrollton exit. The car immediately took the next exit, turned around, re-entered I-20 East and headed back to the Carrollton exit. It then navigated local roads and pulled directly in front of the Tanner Medical Center emergency room entrance. Despite fighting for consciousness, he was able to switch the speed profile to Mad Max to get there as fast and safely as possible. Okay, but safely as I never personally use Mad Max, so I can't really comment on how less safe, let's say, it is compared to other modes, but I assume it is less safe, but it worked here. We called ahead and the ER staff was ready and waiting. And he was indeed diagnosed with a massive heart attack. 3 arteries required immediate intervention. The doctors later told us that if he had pulled over and waited for an ambulance or tried to continue to Birmingham, he would not have made it. What we didn't know at the time, Tanner Medical Center in Carrollton specializes in cardiac care, and they have interventional cardiologists on call 24/7, ready to treat heart attacks the moment a patient arrives. So this was really lucky. So the things that made all of this happen: Tesla FSD kept the car safely on the road when his dad physically could not drive anymore. The Tesla app let him remotely redirect his car to the nearest hospital from miles away. Without Tesla's technological advances, this wouldn't be possible. And if it was some other company, like with a lot of other cars, you cannot just remotely change your destination. With a Tesla, you can. And I personally use this function when I'm, for example, in the driver's seat and I have to sort of pay attention, and it's difficult to know exactly where I need to go because I would need to like research where I want to go because I don't know the address or the name of the place yet, and then I just ask whoever is with me. And in this one instance, that person was sitting in the back and couldn't reach the screen really, at least not comfortably, and that person was able to go in the app and just change the navigation from the app directly. What a convenience. Okay, so the video is coming to the end, and it was still trading at $420. It just changed, but as you just saw a few moments ago, it was still at $420. And